I'm going to share a story with you about consistency that can change your life. My name is Eric F. King, and one thing I've learned over the years is that the difference between getting average results and extraordinary results is always consistency. It's always consistency. About 4 years ago, 2019, I had this idea. I had an idea to create a meetup group where entrepreneurs would come together and they would share their products and their services, and people would get leads, sales, and clients. And that was my idea. And I figured, I'll give everybody 5 minutes to share information about their business. I called it the Promote Your Business Meetup Group. Now, I live in Northern Virginia, right outside of DC, but I decided to actually start this group in Maryland, Rockville, Maryland, because I thought that was a great place, a great hub where there's a lot of business owners. So for the first day, I remember I booked a conference room at the Hilton, and I invited probably about 35 to 40 business owners. And that day, 8 people showed up, and I was so excited. 8 people showed up at my event. And people started talking about their products and their services, and some people even had samples for us to try out, and it was exciting. And people came up to me afterwards and said, well, Eric, we loved your event. How often do you do these? And I said, well, I don't even know how often I'll do them because this is the first one. And they all said, we're definitely coming for the next one. So I was excited. So I went to the lady at the counter and I told her, I said, look, I want to do this again, right? So I gave her my credit card. I got a room for, I think it was a Thursday. And I remember showing up that day. This time I was even more prepared. I had some pens for people to write with, some notepads for everybody. And I set up the room and we had water there, and it was all set up for my business owners. And I remember about 5 minutes to 7, we were supposed to start at 7. There was nobody there but me. I figured that nobody's coming early today. 7 o'clock came around, nobody there but me. 7:10, just me. 7:15, just me. 7:30, just me. And so I was disappointed, but I realized, such is life. Sometimes, things don't work out the way you want it to. So I went back to the lady at the counter, and she noticed that nobody showed up. So she told me, she said, well, Eric, if you want to hold off a while, maybe to promote this more, I understand if you don't want to book it for, the next week. And I said, no, that's not what I came here for. What I actually want to tell you is I want to book this room for 4 weeks. I want to book this room for 4 different dates, and I'm willing to pay for it today. She said, really? I said, yeah. So she did that. She booked it for 4 days. Now you're probably thinking, why would I pay for a room for 4 different days when I could have no shows? The reason I did it is because I know the power of consistency. Here's what happened. The next time we had, I think, about 10 people. The next time we had about 12 people. Then it went to 15. Then it went to over 20. Then I started getting calls from people asking if I can have an event like that in another part of Maryland called Bowie, Maryland. Okay, there's a library over there. Then people said this is a perfect spot. So I started another Promote Your Business Meetup group in Bowie, Maryland. Now I had to drive further to get there, but I did it. And then people in Northern Virginia, where I am, said, look, why not have one right where you are, right? And I said, okay, I started one here. So now we have 3. But then guess what happened? I started getting calls from out of state, New York. They said, hey, we want to start one. Can we start one up there? I said, sure. I gave them the framework. We started one in New York. And then it started to grow. Then I had to go online because I couldn't be everywhere. So then I put it online, And then we had a chapter in Atlanta startup. And then we had a chapter in Dallas, Texas startup. And then after a while, it started to even grow bigger and bigger. Then I got a call from someone in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And she said, hey, we would like to do this in Canada. I said, sure. We started one in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And then I got a call from a lady in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. She said, well, can we start one up here? It's too far to drive to Toronto. Sure. We started one over there. Now we're not just national, but we're international. Then people from Europe started popping in our calls. So then we started to build in Europe. The group that started as 8 people grew to thousands of people. And then through that, I connected with another leader that does meetup groups like me, and we started to work together. And then our groups grew to thousands and thousands of people. And I have never stopped doing that meeting since that first day in the summer of 2019. And obviously, there are thousands of testimonials of people, getting leads, getting customers, getting sales. I mean, I had a lady tell me that she has made her budget. She's in insurance. She has made her quota every month ever since she started coming to our meetings, right? Tons and tons of testimonials. Why? Because I decided to be consistent. Now, guess what? Every single day, people sign up for the Promote Your Business Meetup group from all around the country and abroad, because I decided to be consistent. You see, folks, and if you want to join the Promote Your Business Meetup group, it's absolutely free. I'll leave a link here on this platform. You can register and you'll get the email and you'll be able to pop into our Zoom meetings. But I'm going to give you a couple tips on consistency. Number one, in order to be consistent, you must have clarity, right? So you must determine what your goal is, what you want to accomplish, and be willing to do whatever it takes as long as it takes to accomplish it. Now, you will come across roadblocks, but you have to go under it, over it, around it, do whatever you can to get through it, okay? Clarity, very important. And secondly, you must make sacrifices. So when you write your goal, this big goal, you must write down what you're willing to sacrifice. If your goal is to lose weight and join the gym, well, then you have to maybe sacrifice sleep in the morning or sacrifice time with your family in the evening, right? Or maybe you have to sacrifice money. I spent a lot of money on all these conference rooms, right? Because it was free to everybody else. But I was able to get a lot of contacts. I was able to, start a coaching program. I was able to make a lot of money while helping a lot of people make money, you see? So there's always that sacrifice. So make sure you have clarity and you're willing to make the sacrifices and never give up, and you can be consistent at whatever you put your mind to. All right, so if you gain something from this video, definitely share this with as many people as you can share it with. Like, share, subscribe to our channel, and I look forward to doing more videos like this for you. Make it a great day.